All right, the Giants rushed for 134 yards last game. We'll put that at 134. Paul, start us off.
Over. It's got to be over. I remember last
2 weeks ago I was bullish on the Giants. I thought they'd win. I'm sort of bullish on them again, and I think over. I think that's a fair number. It has to be over that. We've talked about this. I know Lawrence has been harping on this about getting Breida and Brightwell some carries. I just don't see that. Last week they did because Saquon was on a pitch count. Saquon practiced. Saquon is not on the injury report this week, okay? Mm-hmm. No shoulder, no neck. He's not on the injury report. He practiced full on Wednesday. I think that's a good sign. I'm going to go over. One of these weeks he's going to have a bigger game, and Daniel's going to run for a bunch of yards, so I say over.
Tynes.
Yeah, I think Saquon rushes for more than that by himself this week.
Ooh.
There was something I saw in the Philly game, and he came in with the injury, and I think maybe it was a little bit precaution. There was a moment in that Eagles game where I saw him it looked like his old self. He was accelerating through the hole. I think he realized, okay, my neck is not bad. Of course, we had to abandon the running game and move on because we were getting our butts kicked. But having said that, Saquon can go, and he loves this place. He's had some big games here, and you can't discount that. Mentally feeling good about where you're playing, I think for sure over. I think Saquon does that by himself.
I say under, guys. I apologize for that, but the last two games, the Giants Washington had them up 10-0, and then the Eagles went up 21-0. I understand you want to go into this game trying to run the ball, but they just haven't had a fast enough start for me to think that they'll be able to stick to the run game. So I'm going to go ahead and say over, but I think Daniel Jones throws possibly for 300. If that's a consolation prize. All right, New York Giants, committed turnovers. We're going to put it at 1. We had 1 last game. Over, under. Tynes.
I'll say under because it's 1. I think they'll have at least 1 somewhere along the line. Of course, we got off to the bad start against Washington 2 weeks ago with Daniel fumbling after a couple, maybe 1 or 2 first downs. That hurt. That really did hurt. So I'll say they'll have 1 somewhere. I don't know where it's going to come from, but we'll have 1. So I'll say under.
Paul?
Yeah, I'll say under also. Look, 1 is not
a lot, right? So, but look, you have 2 turnovers you're probably going to lose. Daniel's been very careful, right? Lawrence, you mentioned that fumble. That was only his 4th lost fumble of the season. Way better than he was. He's thrown, 3 or 4 interceptions this year? 4, right? Not a lot. He's cautious, maybe sometimes too cautious. And so I'll say under. And Brandon, you said Daniel may throw for 300 yards. I want to know which receivers are adding up to those 300 yards. That's what I want to know.
Isaiah Hodgins, get this man the ball. Please get this man the ball. Back-to-back touchdowns. Come on, that's who I think will get the bulk of the yards this week. I'm going to go under on the turnovers as well. I think Daniel Jones is going to be lights out this game. I think it's just one of those games where it's like, you know what? Everyone has something to say about me. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is DJ. Vanilla Vic is back, and I think this is the game where he kind of takes over, to kind of control his narrative going into this offseason. All right, New York Giants points scored. This is our last one, 20. We ain't having no tie this week. Tynes, over, under.
I'm going to say over. I think both teams will play better offensively. I think this kind of becomes not necessarily a shootout, but this is going to be one of those games. It's man versus man. We know what you're going to do, and you guys know what we're going to do. So it's going to be one of those games. You just got to win your individual battles. I say over 20 points for the Giants.
All right. Thank you, guys, for playing this. I want you guys to play at home. Please write into the comments. Oh, shoot. My bad, Paul. My bad. I jumped the gun, Paul. 20 points.
I don't get a
prediction here.
Oh, go ahead.
We're just moving.
Paul's prime time prediction.
Well, there was no prediction. It was just over on the points, right?
Yeah, over, under. Yeah.
Look, they had 20 last week and 2 weeks ago, and had so many chances in the fourth quarter and overtime to go get 23. So many chances. I think they cash in on some of those chances. They go over 20. I'd be shocked if they don't go over 20 in this game.
I go over as well. Paul, did you know for the first game you had the prediction for the final score 24-20 Giants? I actually think that's what the score is going to be this game. So the Giants are going to go over.